Good evening, and thank you for coming to Wellness Possibilities with Monica Fuss, where tonight we're going to be talking the skin you're in. This is episode number 3. I just started a YouTube channel, so you can check out previous episodes and future ones at your convenience. And tonight we have Michelle on with us. Thank you, Michelle, for being here. I appreciate you checking in, and we're going to talk a little bit about skin. Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Okay, so the first thing that I would like to do, I would just like to get to know a little bit about you before I give you some general information. I will be talking general information about our skin. I'm going to be talking about specific things that we can do that will help our skin product-wise as well as non-product-wise. And then just give you an invitation to take a closer look or not. It's up to you. There's no requirements on this, definitely no purchase required, but if you do, I want to help you get the very best deal. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right, so to get started, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Since we're talking about skin, let's just talk about the face for the moment. With your face, what kind of skin would you feel like your face skin is? Is it dry? Is it oily? Is it combination?
It's just normal. It's not overly dry or overly oily.
Okay, great. All right. And have you in the past had any issues with acne or eczema or
No.
nothing like that? Okay, and nothing currently. Okay, so what kind, if I had a magic wand, here we go, my magic wand. If I had this magic wand and I could just tap the screen of where you have a problem, what would you like changed about your face?
Just a little bit of wrinkles from where the mask goes on there and cuts into my face,
Mm-hmm.
and the wrinkles from my worry line wrinkles.
Okay.
Now these smile wrinkles I have,
Yeah.
I like those. I think they're really cute.
Oh, they are.
I like the smile line wrinkles.
Uh-huh.
And when I see them on the elderly people at the nursing home,
Mm-hmm.
I think they're adorable.
Oh.
I don't have those like smoker wrinkles or the frowny, grumpy wrinkles.
Okay.
I decided when I was 18, I was going to have those smiley wrinkles. So that's what I've tried all my life. So I like the smiley wrinkles. This is fine. I don't like this worried wrinkle or the little crow's feet.
Yeah.
Because that mask one's really bugging me from where we cuts into our face. In those of us in the nursing field.
Right.
It's not very sexy.
It's not very sexy. I understand. I'm sure it doesn't feel very sexy either.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. Well, when we talked a little bit earlier before the recording, you were saying, I asked you what you were using on your face currently, and you were telling me that you use a cleanser, and every once in a while there's a lotion or something that you use to moisturize your face, but you don't use that on a consistent basis. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, as you know, because I know you are a medical student, you were working on your license. Did you complete your license?
Not yet.
Okay.
This COVID thing has made it where I couldn't get into class like I wanted.
I understand. But I know you have the medical. Wonderful. I know you have the medical.
I'll get that LPN someday.
Good for you. Good for you. I'm excited for you.
I may be 60 or 70, but I'm going to do it.
That's all right. Go for it. Well, as I know, as a medical person, you know some things about the skin, and you know that the skin tells a lot about what's going on inside the body. It's kind of like evidence. It's like a mirror, if you will, of what's going on the inside. So it's important not only how we treat our face. It is also, on the outside, it's important what goes inside our body that impacts our face, and not just our face skin. I'm talking about our body skin also. But for tonight, I'm going to focus on mostly on the face. Okay. Now, our skin has a lot of jobs. And the first one it is to hold all the organs and all the muscles and the blood veins and everything. It's to hold them together. So we have our bodies. All right, that's our covering, our natural covering. But it also has another job. It takes in nutrients. Our skin on our face, as well as on our arms and the rest of our body, our skin takes in nutrients. And it also expels toxins.
Mhm.
Okay. And if you use a product of any kind that is occlusive, where it creates a barrier, so the skin can't do its job. It can't take in the nutrients, and it can't let out sweat, which is kind of a toxin, if you will. It can't cool your body off. You can't it won't let the sweat come out. It won't let the toxins come out. So we want to make sure whatever we put on our skin, face or the rest of our body, we want to make sure that it doesn't have any kind of occlusive ingredients in it. And let's see, we talked about that. And some of the issues that you can have, you mentioned a few of them, like the crow's feet around our eyes, the smile lines, and some of them can get pretty saggy. You know, we can get saggy skin and a chicken neck.
That double chin.
Yeah, and we can get those worry lines. Some people get up and down worry lines. Some people get across worry lines, and a myriad of other issues like age spots and all kinds of wrinkles all over her face. I saw one lady that she reminded me of a dried up prune, and it's like, oh my gosh, lady, you need my products. And the thing of it is that I found is not only when we have dry skin, it doesn't mean necessarily that we need a moisturizer. And if we have oily skin, it doesn't necessarily mean we need a bunch of powder to absorb all of that. We want to have a normal skin, which you are blessed with, Michelle, to have more of a normal skin. But the type of, one thing I have learned about the products that I use and that I promote, the Arbonne products, is that they are made from very clean ingredients. They use very pure ingredients, and they formulate them in such a way that they actually benefit the skin. They provide the nutrients for the skin. So we want to make sure that you use a good cleanser that doesn't have any of the toxins in it to add to the problem with your face. You want it to clean your face, but not make it squeaky clean. Because if it makes it squeaky clean, then it's also taking away all the natural oils that your body creates and needs. You want it to take away the dirt and the grime and the pollen. You want it to take away all of that. And makeup, if you're wearing makeup, you want it to take that off. Because if you sleep in your makeup even one night, it ages your skin 7 days for every night you leave it on there. So you definitely want to be sure to take it off. So you don't want any harsh bar soaps or anything on your face, but you want to use a cleanser that works very gentle. And Arbonne has a wide variety of face cleansing cleansers. I use the one that's the anti-aging one. It's called Age Well, but there's another one for people that have sensitive skin, and I have it on display behind me. A cleanser that's called Calm, because it's very calming to the skin, and it has the least amount of reaction of anybody that has any kind of reactions to products. I always ask them to try the Calm products first to make sure that the Arbonne products are good for their face. And I'll just throw it in right now. Not that I'm selling anything, but just to let you know for future reference, if you ever do decide to buy anything, Arbonne has upped their guarantee to 90 days. So from the time you purchase, you have 90 days to decide whether or not it's working for you. And Arbonne has been very good at helping me take care of my customers to be able to replace or to exchange the products to get the right thing for them. So there's the anti-aging skincare that I use. There's the Calm skincare. And if somebody like a teens or early 20s, they may need some serious acne help. And so I have a skincare line that's for people with serious acne issues, not just an occasional breakout, but it's like, some really intense issues, but there may be something else going on there. I'll get to that in just a second. And there's another one that's a kind of an in-between. You're not really teenage skin, you're not really needing the anti-aging, but you need a little bit of both. There's one that's called Prep Work that will actually give you a little bit of the anti-aging and a little bit of the helping you keep your face really clear. Okay, so what else is important for our skin is not only to clean it, but we want to also moisturize it. And we want to moisturize it with a moisturizer that is intended for the face instead of for the body. And when I first heard about that, I was very skeptical. I was like, why in the world? You're just trying to sell me more than one product. I got really upset, because of my skepticism. But what I found out was the skin on our face is very different than the skin on molecular wise than the skin on our body. On our face is more like the thickness of paper, if you will, just kind of for analogy, not necessarily exactly, but kind of an analogy. It's like paper. And on your eyelids, it's more like tissue paper, very, very thin skin.
Yeah.
And from your neck down, it's more like cardboard. So you can hear that analogy, the difference in the skin types, and they each need a different kind of moisturizer. If you use a body cleanser on your face, it will actually, it can cause some uh, what was the word I used a minute ago? It can clog up the pores. Okay, I forgot the word I used. It can clog up your pores, and we don't want that. So we want to use one that has the right molecular structure for that part of your skin. Now, I have had some clients that wanted to use a moisturizer, and they used the moisturizer and they said, oh my gosh, it didn't moisturize my face very well. But there's a phrase that I've come up with that I probably ought to coin it, if you will. And that is, you cannot resurrect a dead skin cell. I don't care if you have the most expensive moisturizer, the very best formula in the entire universe, it will not resurrect a dead skin cell. And our skin is all the time sloughing off dead skin cells. And as we age, even more so, but all the time, but more so, they kind of stick around. Have you ever seen an old person, and I know you've been around old people, Michelle, that their skin just looked kind of gray? I mean, it's just really gray, just grayish looking. As like, they're not dead, but they're just like, their skin is just not vibrant, not pinky, not healthy looking. They're just kind of gray looking, very dull.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's part because those dead skin cells are just kind of hanging around. I mean, even though they've sloughed off from the actual being connected, they're just kind of hanging around, and just wiping them with water or with a washcloth is not enough friction to get the dead skin cells off. They have kind of this, like, I call it glue, which it's not really, but I call it kind of like a glue that makes them stick around. And so we actually need an exfoliant to take off to help little by little take off those dead skin cells, so the moisturizer can actually get to the healthy skin to actually do its job, and it's to moisturize the live cells. So so when you're thinking you need a moisturizer, sometimes you need you need an exfoliant as well, and Arbonne has some really good exfoliants. Okay, so I said a minute ago, if you had like acne issues, I was going to say something else about that. Well, and it kind of goes along with our skin on the outside is kind of a mirror of what's going on the inside of our body. Kind of putting those together is that when we have an unhealthy gut, like if you've been on antibiotics off and on for a while, or any time that you go on antibiotics, the antibiotic kills the bad germs, those bad bacteria, germs that are in our body, but that it's kind of just non-discriminatory. It cleans out all the bacteria. It cleans out the good ones too. So after we get done with an antibiotic, we really need to recolonize our gut with a healthy bacteria using a probiotic. So it's very important. And then that mirrors the healthy gut is going to mirror onto our skin. So if we've gotten rid of all the good bacteria in our gut, it's going to show up on our face eventually, because our gut's not healthy. So the two are physically connected, and through the nerves, which I know we've learned that. So I just want to put that out there as something to consider if a person is having issues with some sort of acne or some other rash issues, eczema maybe even, particularly cystic acne. Though we need to look at more than just the products that we put on our face. We need to take a look at diet, not meaning weight loss but just what we put in our mouth. We need to take a look at that and definitely consider using a good probiotic. Now, I have one more thing to tell you about, and that is some non-product oriented DIY things that you can do to help your skin. And that is particularly during allergy seasons. And that is to change your pillowcase every other day. And if you're sick, change your pillowcase every day. To change your washcloth every time you use a washcloth, and to change your towels every other day as well. So long ago, before I really started learning about health, ways to help my family in their health, I would wait at least a week before I would change the towels, and my face began to show it, if you will, just in the way some breakout was happening. When I started changing my pillowcase every other night, all those pollens and dirt and grime and wind, the wind blew in my hair, when you lay on your pillow and you're rubbing your face around on your pillow, well, all that stuff that's in your hair is getting all over your face. So it's really important to change that pillowcase every other night. And like I said, if you get sick, be sure that you're changing it every night to get rid of the germs, okay? And that's my DIY life hack for helping our skin. Now, I want to just touch really quick, but I'm not going to get into details on it, but Arbonne does have several different masks, and I considered using one of them tonight before I got on here. It's called an eye gel mask, and it's made specifically for the wrinkles right here, the crepe looking skin underneath your eyelid, eye right here. And what it can do is, if your eyes are really tired like mine are tonight, because I didn't get much sleep last night, they can actually, there's a little gel, it's a little gel that sticks there, and it has some moisturizing serum on it, and it's made specifically for around the eyes, so it's the right molecular size, and it moisturizes the eyes. And when you get done, it's like it helps reduce the puffiness as well as those wrinkles. And they're really great for college kids and people that work shift work, where they, their sleeping schedule is all messed up, so it helps them to have a little more perky eyes, if you will, and kind of reduces those dark circles too. So I just want to throw it out there, as well as some face masks that we have that are for moisturizing and putting back all the nutrients into our face. We have some detox masks as well. In fact, I was thinking about doing a wellness possibilities episode just about the masks, because we have several different of them, and I would like to just distinguish between them for you in the future. But for today, I just want to ask you, Michelle, was there any specific question that I can answer right away for you? Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. And I've got a little gift that I'm going to send you. So hang on, I'm going to stop the recording, but I'm going to get your mailing information so I can send you a little thank you gift for being on with me tonight. And well, stay tuned for next Monday evening, because every Monday evening I'm doing the wellness possibilities with Monica Fuss, and I haven't decided what next week's topic is. I'll let you know. All right, so thank you so much for being here.
I may have to work late next Monday, so I can't guarantee I'll be there.
Well, I appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you so much. Now hang on, because I'm going to stop the recording and I'll be back to see you. Thank you so much, everybody, for checking out the recording.